name is Claire. Welcome to another exclusive interview with Nigeria. Today on the show we have Olori Asake. She is the founder of OOOAF Foundation. She's a businesswoman, she's a mother, and she's passionate about the development and empowerment of women in Owo on the states. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so very much.
Wonderfully ravishing.
Thank you.
So can you introduce yourself?
Good evening. My name is Olori Asake Oguntimehin-ADAKO, the Yeyesa Of Iyere kingdom.
So do you mind taking us through the journey of you being a queen, the challenges that come through it, and how do you relate it with society?
Queenie.
Yes.
It is a beautiful journey. And also, it has its own, what do I call it, disadvantage. But I can tell you it is very beautiful. There are so many things I can do before that being a queen has taken it away from me, like where I can sit down with people, relate with people, talk to people. I really can't do that again. Take for an instance, I went out one day with Kabiyesi, and one of my customers saw me and was like, "Are you not an Olori? Why are you here?" And I was like, "Oh, this is my husband. This is Kabiyesi. He only came here to see one of his people, and he has a meeting with them." And it was like, "Oh, wow, Kabiyesi." He greeted Kabiyesi, and I was like, "Wow. So what if I'm just an ordinary person? I can just go there any time of the day, and nobody questions why I'm there." So that's part of what being a queen means.
Okay, so there are some limitations to where you can go.
Yes.
Okay.
More so, there are some limitations to what you can eat, where you can eat. Like, I love to eat corn very well. I love to eat corn where they are roasting it as if they hot. But being a queen, you can't just sit down and eat at the roadside. People
you have to
will
be
like,
classy. You're a queen.
"You're a queen." And I will be like, "Oh no, Shilo blogger is looking at me, Sha."
Your foundation, OOOAF. Sorry, what's the full meaning and what inspired you to form the foundation?
The full meaning is Olori Asake Oguntimehin-ADAKO Foundation. I've always loved to be identified with widows, most especially the orphans. I love them so very much. I started doing this in 2013, if I can remember, and I have always been doing it on my birthday on a low key. So last year, I told my husband my vision, and I wanted to launch it last year, and he was like, "Why don't you use last year to prepare yourself ahead of next year?" Which is the more reason why I launched it this year. And I'm so happy it came to life this year. It was successful. It was amazing.
So how do you find relating Nigerian government facility with your foundation?
Well, so far, it is a non-profit foundation. It is a charitable foundation. It doesn't have any political support.
Okay.
Not any government support. But as I am doing it, if the government approach us and they want to support us, they are welcome.
They can sponsor you.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They are so very welcome. Because foundation is not what you can do alone.
Yeah, you
need, need people's support. Yeah.
So you're from Owo. You know those things.
Don't just murder my town.
Right. Can you tell us what fascinates you most about the Owo people?
Owo Made. Owo Yimoro. Owo. Ilu Yotiba Mayema Bemoro. I'm so proud of Owo. Owo is very rich in culture. Is it their food? Is it the way they dress? Have you tasted Owo soup before?
I don't think so.
You should have come here again so I can make you one. The koro, the obe ogun, Itoro, stuff like that. I love Owo so very much. It's always very rich in culture. Growing up, my mom and dad, they are from Owo, really.
Wow.
But they don't speak Owo to us. They only speak Owo to themselves.
Okay, Owo have their own language.
Yes. It's different from Yoruba. Owo is from Ondo State. Is in Ondo State. Okay. So they don't speak or to us, they only speak it to themselves. But because I love culture, I used to tell my uncle at that time that anytime he's going to the village, you should just get me a CD of the Owo songs. And that's how I started learning how to speak Owo. And that's the little I can speak from in Owo today is what I can basically pick from the CD.
But do you teach your children, oh, this is all language, this is Yoruba language?
Yeah.
You actually teach them to
I speak Yoruba to them. I speak Owo to them. You know, that stuff.
Wonderful. Well, we'll stay on the exclusive interview with Olori Asake. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Okay, so you're one of the few queens that loves and represents your state, ONDO. So what can you say about decadence in society? Like, is the Owo lineage, is it dying down? Is it going through an extinct world?
I've always loved culture. Like I used to tell people, the way you dress portrays how people will address you. Anywhere I go to, I don't let the white man's culture, I don't let it take my own cultural values, my Nigeria cultural values, African cultural values, our cultural values. I don't allow any white culture to take that away from me. In my dressing, if I travel out of the country, I still wear my Ankara. I still wear my lace, and I look so gorgeous in it. In that, a white man has approached me many times, like they love what I am wearing, they like the way I dress. How will they get this Ankara? How will they get this? And that was how I started my own business, Mobis Glam Couture. Because I discovered that anytime I wear something, 1, 2, 3, 5 people will ask me, how did you get this? Who made this for you? And that's how I started my business. I turned that into business.
Like what
so I don't like, exactly. Did you see that?
It's wonderful.
So I don't like, I don't want, I really don't like it when the white people overshadow the African culture. We have our culture, and it is very, very beautiful culture.
So I just want to really jump into this. You're running a foundation, right? You own a business, and your family woman, your wife, your mother. Like, how are you coping with the stress of dealing with 3 different things
at the same time? There's something I believe in. There is time for business. And there is time for my home front. There is time for my family. There is time for my children. I bond a lot with my children. I make sure that I can work Monday to Friday, but Saturdays I bond with my children. I take them, I do the school runs myself. I take them to school in the morning. I pick them up myself. We bond together in the car. And once I drop them in the house around 5 p.m., I don't go out again. I stay with them, do the assignment together. So I don't allow the business to take away my family away from me. The bonding with my family, bonding with my husband, bonding with my children. I still do all those things concurrently, and it doesn't affect each other. I am a strong woman.
You're strong. Wow, you're really, really strong. Then parenting in the Nigerian society, like right now the society is really bad. How can we ensure that all our children are well trained, they are trained in the right manner?
Parenting, that is a very, very large topic. I don't think if we start today we can finish it, but I will just delve a little bit into it. And I would like to say or talk to women mostly. I would like to advise you that you don't leave your responsibilities for school to do for you. You don't leave your responsibilities for your nanny. You don't leave your responsibilities to an uncle and auntie living with you. No. You have to discharge your responsibilities as a mother. You instill the Spirit of God into them. Trust me, if you instill it into them right from when they are small, say 1 year, so to speak, if you instill the Spirit of God into them, trust me, they won't deviate. They won't deviate. In fact, make sure that you bond with your children. Make them your best of friend. Make them know that you are the first person they see. They cannot talk to their their friends.
Yeah.
They can only ask you the questions. You can make your make your children your friend. Discipline them at all time. I remember what my mommy used to do when we were small. She controls us with her eye.
Yeah.
And that's what I do for my children.
Yeah,
if you see me, if I just do like this for you, they understand what that means.
Yeah.
They get the memo immediately, and they must, because they know that if they don't do what I ask them to do, they are going to be punished for that. And also, I reward them. Their father reward them. We talk to them time to time. We don't let anything slide, anything at all. So parenting is not what we can just talk about just like that. It takes the grace of God. But I would just tell my women out there, do the best you can do and leave the rest for God to take care of. And I'm telling you, they are so going to make you proud. You are going to laugh last over them.
We're still on the exclusive interview with Olori Asake. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the exclusive interview with Olori Asake. Oma, back to you. Well, the next question is, what are your proudest achievements in your foundation in OWO?
Fantastic. That's a very beautiful question. Well, it's to see them happy, putting smiles on their face, making them know that they are not in that situation alone. I am with them. I love them. I hold them close to my heart. I feel their pain. I understand what exactly they are going through. So they are not alone. They are loved. A lot of women are out there that they don't have a husband, and they are doing so fantastic well. So my proudest achievement is to see them smile, seeing them joyous, seeing them dancing. That's amazing.
Yeah. So what has been your, your lesson at most, like so far? Like, what lesson have you learned through the making of your foundation, through the stress, through seeing other people, and at Nigeria at large?
Say that again. I didn't get that question.
The lesson you learned
from my foundation from OWO?
From OWO, your foundation, Nigeria, everywhere, please.
Okay, I would say from OWO. My strengths, I take it from my mom and my dad. My mom, as an average OWO woman, she's not lazy. She's very hardworking. She doesn't wait for my dad before she buys anything for us. She doesn't wait for my dad before she makes food for us. So she's a very great asset for my father. And that's what I take from her. So I'm learning from her as an OWO woman also. So I think that's a very good take from OWO. It's a very great lesson that I learned from OWO. OWO women are not lazy. They are very, very hard working. They are very, very hard working. They are not lazy. They are not lazy. They are not lazy. OWO women are so very fantastic. Give it to them.
Well, as the queen of Iyere, or Iyere, or what advice can you give to the women generally?
Women, my advice for you is to be submissive to your husband. And don't just be a liability for your husband. If your husband is bringing 90, add 10 to it and complete it to make it 100%. So you make sure you complete your husband. Don't just be a lazy woman. Whatever your hand can find, do it. I repeat again, do not be a liability for your husband, and don't forget, be submissive at all times to your husband.
So what message you have for the women, the youth, Nigeria at large, at this coming election? What message can you give to them to motivate them?
My advice for fellow Nigerians is to get their PVC, vote wisely, and follow your hearts.
Thank you for having us in your wonderful home.
Thank you.
We've come to the end of the exclusive interview with Olori Asake. That be impactful, that be wonderful. You can watch the recap of this conversation on our YouTube page at 9 Nigeria, and do follow us on all social media platforms at www.